Hello friends, tonight we're taking a look at a very cool and very fun set of OTF knives. On the outside, we see a nice and sturdy Pelican case. I love Pelican cases, who doesn't? And when we pop the latches and lift the lid, there are 3 knives inside. 3 sizes, each suitable for a different use. These are Heretic Manticore double action OTFs with a ton of cool aesthetic extras. But then you see these 3 letters in the foam, and what is this bottle? Yes, that is lube. Best used on knives. I would not try it on your horsey areas. Because this is a limited edition numbered set in a beautiful custom case, this isn't like a long-term carry review, though if you want to carry them, you certainly can. They'd be great for that. But this is really a show and tell. Southern Edges has these sets for sale, and given the nature of my channel, how could I not show you these knives? It's a sex set with a bottle of lube. Come on, these are awesome. This video is sponsored by Southern Edges. I only work with companies that I personally love. Southern Edges is my favorite knife store on earth, and I've been shopping there for years. I spend entirely too much money at Southern Edges. Mike has an awesome selection of really cool knives, many of them very rare and very interesting, like this set. So let's pull these out of the case and take a look. Also, I wanted to show you underneath them. Oh yeah, there's green foam. How cool is that? Look at that. And it matches the engraved letters on the other side. The Manticore S is the smallest of the bunch. We have an engraved S in green on this side, and as we saw in the case, we've got green foam underneath. It's a really cool presentation. For a small knife, the action has some power. That deploys with some authority, and it retracts with the same power. The blade is a Bowie. All of these are Bowies. And that shape, in addition to looking cool, is very useful. This blade is just a hair over 2.5 inches long. The tip is sharp, and it's going to penetrate a bit better than some other single edge blades, but you still get all the benefits of a single edge. Also, the blades on all of these are L-Max. In the past, I've complained about some other manufacturers switching blade steels, producing the same knife in the same run from one of several steels, substituting one steel for another. And I complained that L-Max was sometimes the steel being substituted in. That doesn't mean that I dislike L-Max, only that I dislike the practice I mentioned above. Heretic doesn't do that. From what I've seen, they choose a steel, make a run of knives in that steel, and I much prefer that personally. But back to L-Max, I really like it. It's a great Goldilocks option, and I have a few knives made of L-Max, including one of my favorite fixed blades. L-Max still holds an edge for a very, very long time, but it's a bit easier to sharpen on your own than something like M390. L-Max is especially advantageous in a blade shape like this Bowie, where you can use the knife shape for a wide variety of tasks and still look after it yourself. I think it's a great choice. I also happen to love small OTFs like this. I just think they're super cool. Yeah, isn't that awesome? I love it. Next up, we have the Manticore E. This blade is about 3.2 inches, and the action, again, feels absolutely fantastic. For a lot of folks, this is an ideal size. Most people are probably going to want to carry the Manticore E. The Bowie blades on each of these have this really cool two-tone DLC finish. It's very cool in person, and I hope that shows up on camera. I'll try to take some photos and make sure that you can see it. DLC is my preferred blade coating, and it is very well applied here. It looks great, and I love that two-tone. Also, the hardware on these is DLC as well. A very nice touch. It gives these knives a subtle bit of luxury that knife people will definitely notice when they see you using one of these and they take a closer look. If you know, you know. Speaking of hardware, all of these have the rollerball clip, which I really, really like. That design is fantastic, and in addition to looking super cool, it's also a very strong pocket clip. A lot of the more interesting pocket clip designs that you see folks using, like those thick milled titanium ones, those are very hard to get in and out of your pocket, though they look really awesome. This one is not hard to get in and out. It slides right in the pocket, slides right out, and it still grips very well. And then last of all, we have the Manticore X and its 3.7 inch blade. Also a Bowie. This size is my personal favorite. I just love large OTFs, and this one feels great. Like the others, the action is very strong and smooth. That blade comes out with some vigor. Yeah, I like that. That is just fantastic. At the back, we have a lanyard hole machined right into the chassis and a glass breaker here All of these knives have a glass breaker. The machining on the aluminum chassis is stellar, and I like the texturing. It's not too aggressive, but it's certainly not too slick either. Very well done. I think it's a fantastic solution. The button also has great texturing. It's grippy, but again, not too aggressive. Feels just right, and I'll have some close-up photos of all of these parts so that you can take a look. The bottle of lube rounds out the package. This is OTF lube, but what would a sex knife set be without a nice bottle of lube? I haven't tried it myself, but the folks who have seem to like it quite a lot. It is, by all accounts that I've seen, a very good lube. But it is not a personal lubricant for your personal bits. It is a knife lube, and the Gun Penguin is not responsible for any damage that may occur to your sensitive parts should you use it incorrectly. Or really should you use the knives incorrectly, but... Also, please warn your mistress or manstress that this is a knife lube and not intended to be used on people, and it is almost certainly not mouth safe. So this whole set is very cool. The knives are very, very nice. The aesthetic touches are great, and the presentation is just what I like to see. And it's nice to see a company that doesn't take things too seriously. That's what first intrigued me about this set. So many gun and knife companies are painfully self-serious. And then that stiffness becomes the joke itself. I think there was accidentally a joke in there somewhere. This set of 3 knives manages to be functionally excellent, of the highest quality, and still humorous. I love that. If you're a collector or just a person or horse who would like to have 3 very cool and very useful knives, these sets are available at Southern Edges. You get a lot of knife in this Pelican case. You'd have a carry knife for every occasion. And if you're looking for a different aesthetic, give Heretic a shot. If this set isn't in your budget, there are an assortment of Manticore S's, E's, and X's at Southern Edges. Heretics are very reasonably priced and are top-tier quality. If you're one of the 5 people who watch this channel, you know that I'm very, very picky about OTFs. To me, Microtech, Heretic, and the Brian Ty knives are at the top of the pile for OTF quality. Those 3 are excellent, and you can't really go wrong. Choose whichever aesthetic you like, and you'll have a great knife. And if this aesthetic appeals to you, you've got 3 awesome knives in one Pelican case. This is a fantastic set. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you soon. Good night.